Welcome back to 5 Broadway Babies. I'm Savannah, and this week I've been doing a whole lot more or nothing. Yeah, it's great. From Saturday to Wednesday, actually, though, my friend Leanna from Acting Manitou came up and stayed with me, and she's from North Carolina. So, actually, this topic this week is brought to you by Leanna, because we're standing in the hallway, and all the girls were messaging me on Facebook saying, like, hey, what's the topic? I was like, oh, it's my week to pick the topic. And I could not think of one for this week. And Leanna said, you know, what about people that are not in the cast watching a closed rehearsal and how they feel about that? And I very much like that idea, so here's your topic this week from North Carolina, Leanna Hall. So, now, to actually talk about my feelings on this topic, I think that I'm not a big fan of outside people watching rehearsals. The only time I think that it's okay is when it's a closed dress rehearsal. So let's say, I think Mara mentioned this too, like let's say you have a family member or a really good friend that can't see the show on the days that it's there. Oh wait, in my mirror, when I go like this, it looks like my hands are coming out of my head. Okay, anyway. If they can't see the show and there's a dress rehearsal, then if they're going into the rehearsal knowing, like, it's pretty much a finished product, but you're still trying to work out kinks and stuff, then I think that's okay. But in kind of more preliminary rehearsals, I don't think that it's that great if people are there, because the whole point is that you're not worried about being judged by anyone but your cast, which is great, especially if you have a great cast, then you don't mind making mistakes, and usually the mistakes are what makes the funniest part of the show, and it might even stick. So I think that if someone's in the audience, it's not only distracting, I mean, obviously distracting, but it kind of, like, it restrains you, because you're not making as big choices, because you're kind of outside of your comfort zone, which is usually a good thing, being outside of your comfort zone, but when you're trying to mess around with different or new techniques, like, it's not a good thing. So that's how I feel about it. I feel that people just wait to see the show, and then it'll be all new, and you won't have anything, like, spoiled for you, which I think Mara brought up the point, you know, if there's a child in the cast that's too young and needs their parents around, because I'm figuring if a child's in the show, they're most likely old enough to, hopefully, I think they're old enough to kind of fend for themselves, maybe on breaks or something. I don't know. I haven't worked in a cast where the children are young enough that their parents need to be there, so I'm not entirely sure about that. But I mean, if I was a parent, I think that if my kid could be at rehearsal and I knew that they could take care of themselves, like, I don't know, it'd be like a good date night or something. I mean, if you have to be there, I don't know. That's kind of difficult if it's the child situation, but that's the only one where I'm not really sure how I feel, because it depends. And also, I don't know, are there shows where it's really tiny children? I'm trying to think if there's, like, a play or musical where they actually have, like, a baby. I don't think so. I'm not sure. If someone thinks of one, please comment, because I'm actually interested now. But yeah, so for the most part, I think it's good if there's not people at a closed rehearsal. Also, a big no, or personally a big no to me, is if they're backstage during the show. That is not okay, because that's extremely, extremely distracting. But other than that, yeah, I'd say nah to the people being at a closed rehearsal. So yeah. Alright. So usually my video's late because Leanna was up, so I was being all awesome and trying to get the most out of my time with her, because I hadn't seen her in 2 years. What? So, so I asked if I could do my vlog a little later, which I did, and they so graciously let me. But yeah, so normally I'd say Mia break a leg, but since her videos are already done, wow, that was good English, everyone can just break legs. Everyone in the world. Alright, so I will see you again next week with some new topic that I do not pick. Bye!